What's good, YouTube? Nandrew94 here to bring you another episode of Anime Studio Simulator. In the last episode, we've created the title for the anime and set the scenario. It's a mystery anime, and I called it Cloaked Case. If you missed anything from the last episode, I hope you check it out again. And without further ado, let's get back into this. Are you finished with the character designs yet? Not yet. Only the designs for the main cast is complete. I'm still working on the side characters. I can't seem to get them right. I feel like I'm a creative block right now. You'll be fine. You're a really talented artist to begin with. Those views and likes on your artwork show the truth. That's only because I got lucky. Not true. Take it from me. Did you know I was already a big fan of your art before we met? I've loved it for a long time. Yuko slumps and stares down at her hands. What's wrong? That was a compliment. You liked my art before we met? Yeah. I couldn't believe it when Mayumi said you went to our school. I wish I knew sooner. Oh. For some reason, this seems to depress her further. Did I say something wrong? No, never mind. What about the proposals to pitch to investors? How are they going? Her attempt to change the subject is obvious, but Yukari decides to go along with it. If Yuko doesn't want to talk about what's bothering her, that's her business. I wrote a few proposals on the weekend. Finding a suitable investors was already challenging enough. I'll send them out later today. Let's hope my mailbox doesn't remain a ghost town. Her stomach tightens. If none of the investors are interested, it could be disastrous. Still, there's no sense in worrying about it, especially when there's more work to be done. She leaves Yuko's desk and approaches Shunsuke, who's writing furiously. Geez, I've never wrote furiously before. Is he pissed or what? He stops and looks up. Yes? How's it going? Good. I'm finishing up the script for the pilot episode. Do you want to read it? Not right now. Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. What is it? What tone are we going with for Cloaked Case? I did some research on the current anime trends. A lot of people seem to like grim stories with lots of blood, death, and really sick villains. Other people gravitate towards mysteries that don't take themselves seriously with goofy characters and wacky situation, and Cloaked Case does a little of both. I'm afraid fans of dark mysteries will be put off by the humor, and the fans of lighthearted mysteries will be scared away by the darkness. Cloaked Case is meant to appeal to both. Are you sure that will work? First, a lot of the humor is morbid, and many people love black comedy and gallows humor. Hell, I like dark humor. Second, most of the darker elements are implied or occur off-screen. If we achieve the balance I hope for, we'll win both types of fans. Some will enjoy the humor, while others dwell on the dark implications. Everyone will be happy. She isn't wholly satisfied with his answer, but she can't micromanage every aspect of the anime. Yeah, that'd be killer on her stress, and that's already high enough as it is. I'm gonna have her rest this next week. She heads back to her desk and starts working, when a piece of anime news catches her eye. A recent anime release by one of the big shot studios appears to be going viral, possibly due to its unique premise. Maybe I should reach out to some of the staff there to get some guidance on how to run my anime studio. Right now, I feel like a headless chicken trying to cross the road. Contact the studio for advice. The staff members are surprised to hear from Yukari, but not displeased. They give her some tips that'll be essential in the future. Ugh, this is taking forever. I wish I could write a generic email and send it to all the investors instead of writing personalized ones. But everyone says generic emails are often ignored, while personalized emails have a better chance of catching their interest. That greater chance is what we need right now, so I shouldn't complain, I guess. It's so boring, though. I'll have to try calling some of them up instead. She picks up her cell phone and dials the number for one of the potential investors. It rings, and then... Thank you for calling Wadaka. Our office hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays, and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Our offices are closed on Sunday. For general inquiries, press 1. For support issues, please press 2. Oh god, not this! I hate doing this half the time anyway. Speaking to a fucking automated voicemail. Stupid automated software. The recorded voice lists several other options, none of which are any help to Yukari. Speak with a customer service representative. Please press 0 or remain on the line. She glares at the phone and hits 0. It rings again, and then the bot's voice returns. Please hold, as all our customer service operators are currently unavailable. High-pitched, somber chords fill the line. Great, now I have to listen to some weird music. That's definitely some weird music, because that literally sounds like game audio mixing with even more game audio. On top of more game audio and whatever the fuck those horns are. The music continues until Yukari worries she might fall asleep, and then the line finally comes to life with a human voice. Hello, thank you for calling. How may I help you? Yukari gives the operator a simple pitch, describing the basics of Cloak Case in the hopes that she'll transfer the call to someone higher up. With her any luck, her description will make the operator want to watch the anime and find out who the murderer is. Cloak Case sounds fantastic. How can we get in touch with you? Yukari quickly gives the operator her contact details. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, thank you. Alright, have a wonderful day and I'll get back to you soon. Yukari hangs up the phone and sighs. They'll get back to her, sure, more likely. Sure, more likely. Her pitch failed, and once again, we'll never hear from them. Why can't they just tell me they're not interested instead of leaving me hanging? That's actually a good point. Yukari rubs her head at the pressure and stress is starting to get to her. She looks around the schedule. Looks around the studio. Everyone is hard at work. As much as she wants to complain to them about what happened, she knows it's better if she doesn't distract them. Wow, there's a promotion on the ground coffee. Even though the matcha isn't on sale, it's still being sold at a good price. I've already spent a lot on this month's pantry budget, though. It's not every day that the cafe has such an amazing offer. I better pick one. Now, if only I could remember if the others prefer coffee or tea. I actually don't know, because they never gave any input into it. Part of me wants to do tea, but coffee might balance it out a little more if they're having a sale. Coffee it is. Coffee, coffee, coffee! Thank you for thinking of us, Yukari. Oh, why did you have to get that? Oh, are they out of tea? Oh, sorry, it's really hard to please everyone. Next day, Yukari can't help but worry about Sumiko. She doesn't look well. She keeps coughing and works on her art, half slumped in her chair. When she looks up, her eyes are dull. Yukari looks around. Mayumi intently sorts through the huge mountain of project files for Cloak Case. Shunsuke is developing the script further. Yuko sits at her desk working on designs for the side characters. Perhaps they didn't notice yet, or could it be Yukari's imagination? I'm fine. What makes you think I'm sick? Your body is honest, at least. We can't have you falling sick right now when you have so much work to do. I'll take you to the doctor. But what about my work? We only have a few backgrounds to complete. Losing some progress now is better than coming down with a serious illness that could jeopardize the whole project. Yes, ma'am. Yukari takes Sumiko to see a doctor. She is indeed sick. She'll be recuperating at home for the rest of the week and won't be able to work on Cloak Case. The studio's doorbell rings. I'll get it. She opens up the door, speaks to a person outside for a moment, then turns back to the group. Wow, Yukari, you're so thoughtful. Check it out, guys. There's fries, soda, and more. Thinking to herself, I didn't order this, but everyone seems so happy about it. What should I do? Fuck it. I guess it can't hurt. We didn't make the mistake after all. No harm done, right? You might be screwed. Later that day, excuse me, did you take our food? Look at this e-receipt. If you want to avoid trouble, you better pay up. Here's the script for the pilot episode. Let me know what you think. Yukari. Oh, right, the script for episode 1. Who's working on the storyboard? Me? If not, who else? You're the one in charge, so you would have the clearest picture of what Cloak Case looks like. You're right. Why did I even ask that question? Yukari rubs her head. She feels like she's going to explode any minute now. Should she tell the others about her concerns about funding? raise the issue of funding. I'm sorry, I've got to do this, because this will make them kind of work harder, but also pitch in on their own. Hey, can I talk to everyone for a minute? The others look up from their work. What's wrong? I'm worried about the funding. I haven't found any more investors, and no one seems to be interested. That's not good. I know. What are we going to do? Maybe we could have a bake sale. A bake sale? How will we find time for baking? All right. If we find people in the community who are interested, they might fund us. Yes, they won't be able to give as much as investors, but if we get people really interested, it could help. That will also take time, though. Still, it's a possibility. Thanks, guys. Even though they didn't come to a better answer, Yukari feels better from just talking about it. Between the four of them, maybe they can find a solution. A few hours later in the studio. Hey everyone, Sumiko needs to more rest. She won't be able to meet with us for dinner tonight. Aw, that's too bad. She must be really sick. Yes, it was difficult to get her to realize it, but I think I made her understand she needs time to recover. For the first time, Yukari feels stressed, not happy, when she goes to the restaurant with her friends. Looks like we're in a pretty tough spot now that Sumiko is ill. Yuko, can you cover for your sister until she's back so we don't fall too far behind? If we don't meet the deadline, the investor's set for Cloak Case, it's all over. I'll work twice as hard to cover for her. I feel bad for her. Sumiko was so excited for Cloak Case. She'd talk to me about her ideas all the time, even when we were back at home. I hope she listened to my advice about resting and isn't secretly doing work now. I guarantee she's doing work right now. Sumiko's art is only one of the issues we have to worry about. We still don't have enough funding to finish Cloak Case, and according to Mayumi, we're currently behind schedule. I wonder if everything will get sorted out. Right now, it doesn't seem likely. A cold pit is forming in her stomach. Even the tempura no longer tastes good. That's bad. We'll try our best. Don't be too pessimistic. What if our best isn't good enough? Are you feeling overworked? If you're stressed, you can always talk to us. I can take some more of the workload, and I'm sure Mayumi could too. Of course, just tell us what you need. I'm fine. I'm kind of worried about you. The past few days, you've seemed very busy and frustrated. Don't worry about me. I can cope with my workload. I'm not too stressed out. After all, it's my role to take care of all these responsibilities. She looks down at her food to avoid Shunsuke's gaze. He realizes she's lying. As she eats, though, she wonders if he's right. Maybe she does need to talk to someone about her worries. After everyone finishes dinner, Yukari glances at Mayumi. Confide in Mayumi. When dinner ends, everyone says their farewells and begins to leave. Yukari catches Mayumi's arm before she can go out the door. Mind if we talk for a minute? Not at all. What's up? Yukari always waits to make sure the others get far enough away so they won't overhear or double back for something. I'm really starting to worry about this. I'm not sure we can complete Cloak Case. Of course we can. Just because we've had a few setbacks doesn't mean there's no hope. But the deadline is approaching and we're falling behind. This is my dream. It's hard to watch my dream crumble to dust. It's not crumbling. Everything will be fine. You'll see. I hope you're right. Have a little faith in my predictions. Have I ever been wrong? Haha, okay. Thanks, Mayumi. Talking to you always makes me feel better. At last, the weekend arrives. Yukari debates how she should spend it. She needs to relax. Anime status. I need to get people working on the shit again. Member status. I wanted her to, rest a little bit, but her proficiency's gone up, so she can actually work on characters. Mayumi can practice. I need to raise... Wait, storyboard? What about upgrades? There we go. At our current rate, we won't have enough money to outsource the animation project. This is a huge budget problem, and it could stall the entire project. And according to our current schedule, we need to hire animators within the next 2 weeks, or we won't make it in time. Not to mention our art assets were delayed when Sumiko fell sick. Maybe we should hire freelancers so we can complete it on time? Maybe a hassle, but it might be worth it. I'll look online for a few new investors too. I'm sorry, this is all my fault. If I'd taken better care of myself, I wouldn't have gotten this sick, and we wouldn't have been in this situation. With a gloomy look on her face, Sumiko apologizes repeatedly to Yukari and Mayumi until Shinsuke interrupts her. It's not your fault, Sumiko. You were only trying to work hard on Club Case. Maybe we share the blame for not noticing you were overworked. We're all responsible for the current situation, so don't be too hard on yourself. Pessimism will be our undoing. We should focus on what we can do now, not on what we can't. I agree. Working all day won't accomplish anything. Let's get started. Let's get some work done. Oh, worrying all day. Despite Yukari and Shinsuke's words, tension lingers in the air. No matter what they say, the problems remain. Shinsuke rubs her head. Oh, she rubs her head. If they don't relax, it will start to affect their work, and then they'll have an even bigger problem. There must be a way to put them at ease. Yukari thinks about it and decides to focus on cheering everyone up. Although there's a lot of work to do, brightening the mood is the most important. But how? Yukari considers it for a moment, then leaves the studio to visit a nearby bakery. She returns with enough cookies for everyone to have some. It isn't a permanent solution, but the tension in the air eases as she passes around the cookies. Oh my gosh, we're almost broke. All those economics classes I took haven't helped one bit. Calm down. I know a place where we can make some extra cash. Really? Where? A local restaurant needs help putting up seasonal decor. If all of us work together, we can get a hefty sum. The downside is we'll have to spend our entire afternoon and evening working without any rest. Afternoon and evening? That might leave us too tired to work efficiently. We need the money, so let's do it anyway. But is it the right thing to do? We might get out of touch with our skills, too. Remember how hard it was to raise funds? An opportunity like this won't come again. Maybe we should accept the offer before someone else snatches it. Yeah. You guys need the money. Let's get to work. Fair pay for fair work. Sumiko, can you help me with the wallpaper? Sure, let me get the right tools. Shinsuke, where's the paint? It's behind the counter. Careful with the white, the lid's chipped. For the rest of the day, they work under the restaurant owner's guidance. By the time night falls, their job is complete. Thanks for the work, kids. Here's your payment. It's even more than we agreed on. That's very generous of you. Thanks. Seeing how hard you worked. Oh god. Let's see. Only Yuko and Sumiko need to rest. Seeing how hard you worked, I thought you guys deserved a bonus. Mayumi, could you spare a few minutes? I need to talk to you. Of course. Actually, I was hoping we'd talk soon. It'd be good for you to open up to someone about what's bothering you. You're right. It's getting to be too much. This gloomy atmosphere is unbearable. I feel like it's impossible to be optimistic. Think of it as a test of our strength. Other people, maybe even people who created popular anime, probably faced similar issues in the past. They made it, and we will too. I hope so. I'm certain of it. Can you spread your optimism to Yuko and Sumiko? They seem really stressed out. If we let things continue like this, I'm afraid everything will fall to pieces. Don't worry, we'll discuss everything tonight. That promise sustains Yukari through a stressful day at the studio. When night comes, she meets up with Mayumi so they can talk over dinner. So, what do you want to talk about? A few things, but mainly the morale of the group. I don't quite understand why Yuko and Sumiko seem so down. It's not their fault. We even told Sumiko outright not to blame herself. Am I missing something? It's pretty simple. Even though they know we don't, even if we know, they know we don't blame them, they still feel responsible. The delayed art assets and Sumiko's sickness put us behind schedule. They're as enthusiastic about cloaked case as any of us. Imagine how you'd feel if your role in the project was what delayed us. Yeah, I'd feel horrible. Anyway, anyone would. I'll talk to them. Maybe I can cheer them up. Sounds like an awesome idea. I'd talk to them with you, but I probably wouldn't be any good at it. I'm too stressed about raising funds. I haven't even done enough work on the storyboards because I can't stop worrying. I keep thinking, what if we don't raise enough money? Will we have to shut down the project even after all the work we put into it? You're overthinking it. Don't worry. In the worst case scenario, we'll use our savings to stay afloat until we get investments. We aren't going to give up that easily. Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. Anytime. And thanks for always being there for me. I really I wouldn't know what to do without you. That's what best friends are for, right? Yukari smiles. Talking to Mayumi has lifted her weight from her shoulders. She can breathe easy now. By the way, if we want to start animating the characters by next week, you will need to ask Yuko to increase the pace of her work. I checked out our art assets, and there's quite a bit of work untouched. I know this is a bad time to pressure her, but I understand. We need to do what's best for Cloak Case. I'll tell her tomorrow and be sure to talk to her and Sumiko soon. If they're already feeling down, it might be hard for them to cope with the extra pressure. Don't worry, I will. I know I can count on you. So warm. Where's the AC controller here? Huh? It's already set to the lowest possible temperature. Yukari, can we get this checked out? There must be something wrong with the AC unit. Calm down. You just returned from lunch after a long walk. You're probably hot from that. Come on, I'm not imagining it. Just look at this bead of sweat that's forming. Oh, brother. A few hours later, the electrician arrives. It looks like a valve is leaking. That must be why the air conditioner isn't cooling so well. Could have broken down completely at any time. Oh, wow, good call, Sumiko. Thanks for noticing. I'm just glad you believed me. Yukari, Yuko, what's the status on our character designs? The side character is almost done. We only have a few left to go, and then they'll need some minor touch-ups here and there. How long do you think it'll take to finish everything? They should be ready next week. Is there any way you can finish them sooner? We have to start outsourcing the animation next week. It'll take time to set things up with the studio, so we need to have the characters ready. I know it's a lot to ask, especially when you covered Sumiko's work when she was sick, but I need you to work harder. I understand. I'll take care of it. Just don't neglect your health due to work, okay? We have to pull through this together. I won't. I wouldn't want to delay us by getting sick. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant for your own sake. Yuko nods, but Yukari can tell she's only disheartened further. Yukari sighs and returns to her desk. Maybe Mayumi can solve that situation. As Yukari gets back to work, an email notification pops up. She checks it and her heart leaps. It's from one of the investors she contacted, and he's interested in Cloak Case. Yes! Yukari's exclamation attracts Shunsuke's attention. What is it? Did we secure new investors? Not yet, but one of the investors I tried to get in touch with replied to me. He's from a notable company, too. If we manage to clinch this deal, we won't have to worry about money anymore. See, all your hard work paid off in the end. I'm sure you'll convince him to bring him on board with us. I hope so. He seems really interested. He asked to meet up with me so we can discuss Cloak Case. She beams at the team, hardly able to contain her excitement. I think this is the moment we've been waiting for. As the others talk about how exciting it is to finally have a new source of funding within sight, Yukari gathers up all the documents she'll need to show the investor. With any luck, they'll convince them Cloak Case is worth it. It's do or die time. Once she has the documents packed up, she replies to the email and asks him if they can meet for lunch to discuss Cloak Case. She holds her breath as she hits send, and then she waits. And waits. Since it took him so long to reply to her initial email, she tries not to get too impatient. Instead, she practices in her mind what she wants to say to him. After work, Mayumi approaches Yuko and Sumiko. Yukari tosses her a relieved smile. and then leaves so they can speak in private. A few hours later, Yukari receives 2 messages. The first is from Mayumi and about the outcome of her chat with Yuko and Sumiko. She cleared up their concerns, and both sisters left the studio feeling recharged, energized, and ready to finish the art for Cloak Case. The second is from the investor asking if they can meet on Friday. My heart's pounding. Do you think I should offer to foot the bill for lunch? Oh my god, I love this music. Those things don't matter. Remember why you're going there. You need to convince him it's a great idea to invest in Cloak Case. I want to make a good first impression. You're overthinking this. You'd be better off thinking about the kinds of questions he'll ask. After all, it'll be really awkward if you can't answer his questions. Why didn't I think of that? But her mind goes blank. With the meeting so close, she can't focus on anything. All she can think about is how Cloak Case might be doomed and if she messes up. I'm gonna leave this episode here. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below. Comment if you want to see more. Subscribe. Well, subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. And as always, have a wonderful day.